The 10th Annual Game Awards takes place in Los Angeles on Thursday, December 7th, celebrating the best interactive entertainment released in 2023. As you can see from this image, the most nominated games with 8 nominations is Alan Wake 2 and Baldur's Gate 3, and a lot of other really great games like Spider-Man 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, The Legend of Zelda, Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy 16, Resident Evil 4, and Street Fighter 6. All very worthy of their nominations. It's so freaking cool. And we do want to highlight the game of the year as Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom are your nominees for the Game Awards, the game of the year. And so you look at this list, Henrik, what are you vibing with? Who do you think is going to be taking home the Golden Throne?
All right, I know it's maybe the easy choice for a lot of people, but I think that the only choice that makes any bit of sense is Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah? No, I think that's a fair assessment.
The reason I say that you're bringing back an old series that has not had really a good game since the second one, which was a long time ago. And not only did they bring it back, but they really did it justice. You know, they had the passion to bring something back that they really enjoyed back in the day, and now they brought it back into the modern era, and I think everyone's really been vibing with it for the most part.
But don't you think the fan base is going to be crazy? Because, yes, you can vote. You can go to thegameawards.com. You can have your voice be heard. That is one of the beauties about this award show. But I just feel like, Nintendo base and, the Legend of Zelda crowd, it's so massive, and it is such a beautiful game. It's really, really well done. Hours on end, like Baldur's Gate 3. To me, I feel like those are going to be the two contenders that really kind of go at it with each other. But just showing the chart again, do you see any sleepers that might kind of creep in and we go, holy cow, I never saw that coming?
Oh, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking Super Mario Bros. Wonder, huh?
Oh, hell no.
Nintendo
hell no. Oh, no. I'm shocked. Where's Hogwarts Legacy? That really should have been in place for Super Mario Bros. Wonder. It might have not been my top choice, but it should have been on the list. It's clear as day. Come on, man.
I mean, to answer your question, though, probably Alan Wake 2. I mean, that game, it just came out, so it kind of has that recency bias. But, I mean, Remedy, they always do a great job in having a game have a certain aesthetic. And this game is no exception in that sense.
Yeah, and it's so crazy, even when you look at all the Game of the Years, it's all dominated by sequels. I mean, that's pretty wild. Not like an original IP made it to the list, but, rightfully so, all these games are legendary. Even maybe Spider-Man 2 might creep in. I've been playing it. It's a lot of fun, but it's a burner. You burn through the game really, really fast. And so I just don't think it's going to hold up. Me personally still think the first one is the best one right now. So with that kind of inclination, I don't know whether gamers feel the same way. That might kind of harper on the whole idea that it's going to win the top nod. But hey, we'll see what's good. But we also wanted to mention the Best Narrative Award, because there's a lot of great choices here, and Best Narrative Award recognizes the overall excellence of writing in a game, including story, plot, construction, dialogue, and branching narrative. So you see Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, Final Fantasy 16, and Marvel's Spider-Man 2. So I'll let you take the charge, Henrik. When you look at this, what are you vibing with? Who do you really think deserves it?
I don't want to keep saying Baldur's Gate 3, but
no, it's fine. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel.
For me, Baldur's Gate 3, because, you go through that game and every bit of story is enticing to you, really. I do think also that, Cyberpunk's expansion, Phantom Liberty, was really well done. Actually, I feel like the story in that expansion is probably better than the main game, which is wild considering that's just an expansion. But when you really have the whole package of Baldur's Gate 3 and you compare that to just the 20, 30 hours expansion of Cyberpunk,
I'm so glad you referenced that. No, it's so true, because we're talking about 200 to 300 hours worth of gameplay. Okay?
Yeah.
So you got to come up with a lot of narrative to keep people invested to keep playing Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, I'm with you. I think that's going to be the clear winner of it, but I do feel like Alan Wake 2 could be the sleeper because, coming a decade later, people really felt like the story finally got complete, kind of was left on a cliffhanger for all these years, and so when Remedy Entertainment came back into the mix and did their thing, man, people were excited. But let's go ahead and talk about the Best Art Direction. Best Art Direction Award recognizes outstanding creative and technical achievement in artistic design and animation. So Alan Wake 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Lies of P, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom are here. I'm shocked. Where's Starfield? Nah, I'm just playing. But
it's in another category. It actually did make it to the nominations in some category.
Oh, yeah, right. The RPG.
Yeah.
But I know there was a lot of backlash towards Lies of P. There was a Reddit thread that was going around going, man, I could name a whole ton of other games that did way more justice for Lies of P. And if you guys have seen the pause and repeat where we discussed The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, I was clowning the art direction.
You were, yeah.
For Zelda.
Yeah, that is a good point. And now look what happened. It's
I know, and look at
us.
Right? I mean, if there's anybody on this list that I'm really vibing with, it's definitely Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush, I think, is gotta be the clear, decisive win for it. But then again, we need to hear from Henrik the Rack. What you vibing with?
You know what? I can definitely agree with the Hi-Fi Rush statement on that because, when we did that game way at the very beginning of us doing Rage Quit, doing that as a pause or repeat, I was like, man, this game came out of nowhere and it's great. It looks great and it plays great. And I'm actually really excited for them that they got nominated in not just this category, but a couple of other categories, because you can really tell that they really did try to make a good package. Yeah. And it's a game that I recommend to people all the time.
Yeah, it's very vibrant. The colors, the set design throughout the game, you feel like you're going back in time on the Dreamcast and to the newer console. And I think, I hope they shake it up. I don't want to see a lot of AAA studios just start winning. I want to see some upsets. And Hi-Fi Rush is not necessarily an upset. It's the clear, distinct winner. Yeah, that's how I feel. But let's go ahead and talk.
Don't get me wrong. The other games, they got great aesthetics and, all
True.
that. Mario Bros. Wonder, they've got a great aesthetic going there. Tears of the Kingdom, awesome. But comparing that to Hi-Fi Rush, I feel like it's a little bit more cohesive.
Yeah, I agree. But then again, this is live, fam. So if you're joining us, go ahead and join the conversation. We'd love to hear from you, the gamers. And we're also going to be talking about best performance. So we got Ben Starr from Final Fantasy 16, Cameron Monaghan from Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Idris Alba, Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, Milani LaBird, Alan Wake 2, Neil Newbon, Baldur's Gate 3, and Yori Lowenthal from Marvel Spider-Man 2, which he's been nominated again for Best Performance. So, hey, will he pull it off? We will see. But you look at this list, and who you vibing with, Henrik?
Idris Elba did a great job in the expansion for Cyberpunk. I think that his performance throughout is super consistent. There's not a single moment where I feel like, oh, that's not the character. Not at all. No, I felt like even, playing through it and, trying a different pathway a couple times, like each time that he has a different reaction to what you're saying, it's still Solomon Reed and it's still really well done. And I think he did a great job, really. And I really applaud that too, because it's hard to be in that position, being an actor in an RPG where there's multiple choices. And he's my pick.
Well, especially when the timeline just constantly, the roots start, spreading out from the main line and then it goes down. And even Idris Elba, we talked about it in the past. He goes, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to work on a video game again. This was too much. Like you got to change all kinds of sorts of emotions when it comes to that kind of style of game because, the players get to dictate how the story is played out. So he's like, I was just rolling with the flow with the game director. I had no idea what the hell was going on half the time. But it is cool to see these A-list actors trying to finally embrace the video game industry. And yeah, I'm with you. I really do believe Idris Elba will be the winner. And then he'll probably walk away from video games and go, I'll let the next person step in, which is probably the right thing. Let the young lads get into the mix. But the last one we're going to also discuss here is best adaptions. Going into 2024, there's a lot of hype, with Last of Us Part 2 going into production. We also got Fallout on Amazon. You also are, I was about to say another one. I'm having a brain fart, but who cares? We're looking at the best adaptions from 2023, and we got Castlevania, Gran Turismo, The Last of Us, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and Twisted Metal. I think I know the one. Peaches,
Yeah?
peaches,
What do you
peaches,
think?
peaches, 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 peaches. Yeah. Okay, I'll stop.
Oh, clip that and send it to The Voice or something. You got to get this man on stage.
Yeah, come on, man. Peach. So cool.
No, I think I agree. As much of apprehension that I had towards Chris Pratt being Mario,
Yeah.
I think that as a whole package, the movie really delivered a good experience for all ages, not just kids even. I went to go see it and I had a great time. Maybe I'm a kid on the inside. Maybe that's just me. But I saw plenty of parents have a good time watching that too, taking their kids to go see it. And I think it's probably going to be between that movie or The Last of Us.
True.
But I think when you compare the two, I want to say that more people probably vibed with the Mario movie.
You think so? Because I know a lot of people were jazzed with The Last of Us. And that's why I'm just kind of like, it was cool. It was fun. I was glad that people that are non-gamers got to experience the story that we all loved as gamers playing The Last of Us. But, the casting choices kind of killed me.
My manager was watching the show as it was airing. And I was like, oh, wow, that's interesting. Like, you don't play any games and you're watching this.
Because he understands the hype. I mean, The Last of Us has been, being captivated and taken over for the last decade. And now everybody finally gets to have a new zombie show beyond The Walking Dead. And then you get this, and then, out of like 10 episodes, there's probably like 2 episodes with action. And a lot of walking soap opera. So, but then again, like, people were vibing with it. And so, hey, you guys, you get to vote. That's the really, really cool part. You can go to thegameawards.com. They want to hear from you, the fans, the gamers. And so go there. You still have time. The live show will be premiering on December 7th. So don't miss out. I'll be tuning in.